Hi, kids! Welcome to AI Kids Stories. So glad you could make it. Let's get started. Once upon a time, there was a very cheerful merchant named Mr. Pigglesworth. Mr. Pigglesworth didn't sell boring things like pots or pans. Oh, no. He sold the silliest, giggliest things in the world. Giggle nuts. Giggle nuts were round, colorful nuts, and if you shook one, it would whisper a tiny, tickly joke that made you giggle until your tummy hurt. One sunny afternoon, Mr. Pigglesworth was traveling through a twisty-turny forest with his basket full of giggle nuts. "What a lovely day for a picnic," he chirped. He found a sunny spot under a big, friendly tree and laid out his lunch: a cheese sandwich, an apple, and a wobbly custard tart. Next to his picnic blanket, he noticed a tiny, sparkly perfume bottle. It was very old and covered in a little bit of dust. "Ooh, fancy," said Mr. Pigglesworth, leaning closer for a look. As he leaned, one of his extra bouncy giggle nuts decided to go on an adventure. Boing! It bounced right out of his basket and, bunk! It landed right on the little stopper of the sparkly perfume bottle. Pop went the stopper, and with a tremendous whoosh of glittery purple smoke and a very loud achoo! Oh, oh, oh! Out tumbled a genie. This wasn't a big, scary genie. This was Ferdinand, a rather small, very grumpy-looking genie wearing a sparkly turban that was slightly lopsided. He was covered in flowery perfume. "Oh, the floral fiasco!" wailed Ferdinand, flapping his hands. "My sparkles are soggy. My turban is tinged with tulip. I smell like Great Aunt Petunia's potted plants emporium, and it's all your fault, Mr. Bumpy Giggle Nut Man." Mr. Pigglesworth's eyes went as wide as his custard tart. "Oh my, I am so terribly sorry, Mr. Genie, sir. It was an accident." Ferdinand puffed out his chest, which wasn't very big. "An accident, you say? Well, for making me smell like a giant rosebush, I shall turn all your precious giggle nuts into stinky cheese." "Stinky cheese?" gasped Mr. Pigglesworth. "Oh, no, but then they won't make anyone giggle. They'll just say P.U." He thought for a moment. "Perhaps, Mr. Ferdinand, sir, you need a new home. That perfume bottle does look a bit perfumey and small." Ferdinand sniffed. "Humph, it is rather cramped, and Great Aunt Petunia had terrible taste in smells." So Mr. Pigglesworth tried to help. "How about this shiny teapot?" he offered, holding up his picnic teapot. "A teapot?" scoffed Ferdinand. "With a spout? What if I get poured out with the tea? Absolutely not." Said Mr. Pigglesworth, scratching his head. He spotted his spare sock he used for polishing apples. "What about this nice soft sock?" Ferdinand looked horrified. "A sock? Do I resemble a foot? The sheer audacity!" Mr. Pigglesworth was running out of ideas. Then he remembered something special in his bag. "Aha!" he cried. "I have just the thing." He pulled out a beautiful round cookie tin. It had a picture of a smiling gingerbread man on the lid. "This, Mr. Ferdinand, is my best cookie tin. It's empty right now, and inside, it's lined with the softest, fluffiest red velvet you ever did see. And it only smells a tiny bit like chocolate chip cookies." Ferdinand's little nose twitched. "Velvet, you say? And a whisper of chocolate?" He peeked inside. His eyes lit up like fireflies. Oh my, it is rather delightful. So much room, no dreadful flower smells, and that gingerbread man has a very welcoming smile." With a happy little poof, Ferdinand zipped into the cookie tin. He gave a contented sigh that made the lid rattle gently. "Perfect," he declared from inside. "Simply perfect." Ferdinand was so pleased with his new, comfy, non-perfumey home that he poked his head out and, with a tiny wiggle of his fingers, made one of Mr. Pigglesworth's givelnuts float in the air and sing a silly song about a penguin who wore pajamas. Mr. Pigglesworth giggled and giggled. From that day on, Mr. Pigglesworth and Ferdinand, the fussy genie, became the best of friends. Ferdinand traveled everywhere with Mr. Pigglesworth in his luxurious cookiekin, offering very particular, but sometimes very helpful advice on which giggle nuts were the giggliest. And he never, ever smelled like Great Aunt Petunia's perfume again. If you enjoyed the story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.